I mean, I'll start it off. You know, this is my second year out here at Turkey Camp, and it's always an experience.
It's always an experience out here at Turkey Camp. It's a great time, though.
Yeah, no, it is.
I like it.
I feel like chasing turkeys and Rios, it's difficult.
It is. It's difficult and it's frustrating, but I love them.
It's a love-hate relationship. I enjoy the camaraderie, getting to come out here with y'all and hang out, cook burgers.
Sitting by the old mesquite fire.
Mm-hmm. Eat some game for dinner, if it's
Oh,
duck or if it's...
So we had tonight. We had some wild mallard duck that I shot the past season, and 2 tenderloins from, I think it was a doe, or it's either doe from last year or the buck from this year. I'm not 100% sure. I burned the wrapper, the vacuum sealed bag, so I can't remember what the date was on it.
I asked after that too, like 30 minutes after they had been burned too.
And I forgot all about it, and I was like, he said, what year was this we're eating? I burned the bag. I can't remember. It happens. But I wrote the date on it, so I know it's still good.
Yeah, but it's just long gone now at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, not only in our stomachs, but in the fire as well, too. So,
yeah. Had some potatoes on the fire. We wrapped some potatoes up in tin foil.
Man, I ended up eating the raw one. I ate the raw one.
Yeah, the raw potato.
Yeah.
Well, what we did was we took some little baby potatoes, little yellow potatoes, and we wrapped them up in bacon. Seasoned them up and wrapped them in bacon. And then put them in tin foil and stuck them by the coals on the fire. And they were sitting there for about 30 minutes or so. About 30 minutes or so. About. I don't know, maybe longer than that. I know a couple of them got roasted. But they're pretty good. Yours is raw. I'm sorry about that. You should have ate mine.
No. I ended up snacking a little.
But the duck.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Keaton was like,
you grabbed the only one that wasn't done.
Yeah, he's like,
it was cut up. Nelson had to grab it off a little early because the tinfoil kind of fell off.
But that duck and that tenderloin was money.
The duck was on point.
The duck was very good.
The duck was
amazing. Another thing that's so crazy is I didn't even duck hunt this year.
Really? I don't duck hunt.
That's crazy.
Duck hunt this year.
You are the duck hunting master. That's all you do is duck hunt.
No, I'm not the duck
hunting master. When I think of Tanner Bowden,
my word.
I think of a waterfowl
enthusiast.
Sucker.
Yeah, just say enthusiast.
But like seriously,
when I
don't duck hunt, and I went duck hunting with him this year. I kind of can't believe you didn't duck hunt this year.
No, just
I tried. I tried to get him hunting, but yeah, when I think of Tanner Bowden, I think of a duck hunting enthusiast, and he didn't go hunting once.
Just listen to this though.
Let's hear it.
It's not a learning lesson for everybody. It's just a learning lesson for myself, and it's something that I've kind of gathered my thoughts on, and it's just simple, man. All right, when you think of professional golf, you think getting on tour, you hit the peak point, and I feel like with duck hunting, there's only so much you could do. I was a guide.
Where you a guide at? Tool Creek Outfitters?
Tool Creek Outfitters, yes sir.
That's a good place. I went out there one time with you last season, and we shot a little pheasant. That was a heck of a time.
We shot some ducks too. You always bring up the pheasants, but yeah, we shot some ducks. I know, but
the pheasant, it's something different. We shoot ducks all the time, but we did shoot a bunch of ducks out there in Toll Creek, but the pheasant just kicked it off. I've never shot pheasant before. Even though we could shoot 2 or 3 birds, it was a blast.
3 apiece, yeah.
3 apiece. It was a blast.
That's cool.
I'm kind of getting off subject over here, but we're talking about golfing.
We're talking about pheasant and duck.
I was relating back into
Tanner over here.
Used to be a golf king.
That is no lie. So Tanner over here, Tanner Bowden. Tanner's dad.
He was on tour.
Yes, he was. Tanner's dad has a, what is it?
PGA
men's storing clothing.
Clothing.
Store clothing.
They sell clubs, right?
Store. No.
So Tanner's dad has a picture in his store of Tanner with who was it? George Bush or his dad?
No, it was George Bush.
It was George Bush. Tanner has a picture with George Bush while he was golfing.
And he mowed his lawn.
He mowed the lawn, man. Tanner is a damn golfer. Or he used to be. He's about 8'10" now, so he doesn't do much golfing.
He had that Tanner belt and the FootJoy golf shoes and all the good stuff.
Tanner was the golf king. That's all we ever heard about is Tanner golfing. Of course, we went in there, got us some good clothing whenever we had to go out. we had to go to a nice dinner or something like that. But seriously though, Tanner, that's all we ever heard about. And then of course seeing the picture with Tanner and George Bush, our president of the United States of America, Tanner was golfing with him. That was pretty dang cool, man. How was that experience?
Did you kick his butt?
Did you mow his lawn?
No, did I mow his lawn? Okay, so here I'm gonna break this down in several different little.
I've always wanted to ask that
So
question.
mowing the lawn.
You mowed their lawn.
Mowing
With
the
a weed
lawn.
eater or a push motor?
Both.
Zero turn?
Both. All three actually. No. So George, he was actually hitting range balls out there on the driving range alone.
Range balls. Oh.
No, he was. He was out on the driving range alone. And as we were pulling up, I got there like an hour before my lesson started, just to get warm. So when I would go in to see my coach, I didn't look like a scrub. And I noticed one gentleman out there hitting range balls, and I was like, man, this is weird. It's like one guy's out there. But I noticed 9 carts around the driving range, and they all had earpieces in, and I was like, okay,
Fucking machine guns.
This is different. And they're all spaced out, like not just all in the same spot.
Don't touch me.
There's 9 carts throughout the whole complex. And that's just one thing that I remember is the earpieces. And there's the earpieces you were talking about for our walkie-talkies.
Anyways, proceed with your story, because I've always wanted to hear this story.
You've never heard
it? For years. I really haven't. I have looked at that picture every single time I go in there, and I want to know the story.
Yeah. So he was out there hitting golf balls alone, and like I said, I noticed like 9 carts too, scattered throughout the complex there, and I walked up, I started hitting range balls, and I didn't want to get right next to him, but when there's one guy on the range, you can either go a couple spots away from him, or you can go on the complete opposite side, and I went 2 spots away from him, and I had my it was a little MP3 player, a little iPod,
The old Walkman.
No, yeah, basically.
If y'all don't know what a Walkman is, y'all ain't very old. That's a 90s boys, 90s babies thing.
I had that little
Put the
little
old CD
iPod
in it, and you got to tap it a couple times to get the CD
Wasn't
rolling.
a CD.
Walkman was a CD player.
No, the true Walkman, whatever you want to call it.
Was that a brand?
No, dude. That was a actual like a cassette player. That was a true 100% the old school. I know that, if anybody watches this that's a little bit older than us, I apologize.
Yeah, we're 25.
27,
Right.
25, 20.
25.
That was an actual cassette player. That was the little one. That was the original. That was the old school, the one that the videos were made with.
I thought a Walkman was a CD player. Like you put the CD in, and you put your headphones in it.
No,
then you walk
that was a
around with
cassette.
It's not cassette, it's a CD.
Yes, it is. The original Walkman was a cassette player.
Old school, man.
I thought it was like an 8-track or something. I don't fucking know.
Anyways, go ahead, Tanner.
I don't know. Go ahead.
No, anyways, he was just hitting range balls
The
there.
old
and
MP3 player.
I had my iPod.
Your first gen iPod.
There it is. Yeah, music blaring in my
2
ears.
gig.
Couldn't really hear
Holds
anything that was
500.
going on. And man, when I walked up though, although I had my music playing, I thought he looked familiar, so I kept hitting range balls. And finally, he turned around, and he looked at me, and I said, "Wait a minute!" I said, "He looks so familiar." I said, "Do I know
Mr.
you?"
President.
I said,
Is that you?
I feel like I should know you." And he said, he kind of laughed, smirked a little bit.
Build the wall.
He said, "You probably do." And I was, yeah, build the wall. Trump 2020. No.
That's 2024.
And he's like, I'm sure you do. He said, I was like, wait, are you? And he started shaking his head, yes. I said, you're George Bush, aren't
Did you get down on your knees and like start sucking?
No. Jeez. Campfire Talk 101.
I'm
This
just
is
kidding.
Rated R.
Rated R.
This is what's this called? In the dark.
After Dark.
After dark.
We could have a campfire series. I think that would be really cool. Seriously.
An After Dark series.
Yeah, like
Campfire.
campfire series. Yeah. But yeah, no. And I said, I feel like I should know you. And yeah, anyways, he introduced himself. We ended up getting a picture. I asked him if I could take a photo with him. And I guess my parents already knew that it was him, and I just didn't realize it. But super
How
nice
old were
guy,
you back
super
then?
nice guy. I was like 15, 16.
That's crazy.
For those of you, I know this is a podcast, but for those of you that don't know Tanner, he hit a growth spurt around 17. This dude used to be, I'm not tall, I'm 5'9". This dude used to be at least 3 inches shorter than me back in the day.
He blew up.
And within a year, I guarantee he grew about a foot. This dude grew up
What's
like
your
a
mom
damn Jack in the Bean spout.
Well, see,
Did you
Dad
eat your
told me.
Wheaties when you were born?
Well, no,
When
he
you're
just
born?
said I was the milkman.
What?
I said, did you eat your Wheaties when you were born? I didn't mean when you're born. When you're 17.
No, when he's about 17, he started eating his Wheaties.
No, he started taking some.
Because no, this is
Protein.
Started drinking his Jack.
This has been a thing. People are like, "Where you get your hot from?" And they always ask Dad. Dad was just like, "He gets it from the milkman, not from me." Dad's 6 foot,
How tall are you? Like 6'4"?
6'4".
Golly.
6'4", 6'7".
I told you. That sucker's 18 foot tall.
No, hey, I tell you,
He's
six,
hitting-
Every time I ask me, hey, can you use your extended arm to reach across the cooler?
6'8". Austin Anthony, is 6'8". I have to look up to Austin, and that's a weird feeling.
Yeah, I have to look down to you. Just kidding.
No, but man,
I look up to you, buddy.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
I do.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you get
Yeah.
that. You have
Physically.
a couple little chin hairs on your bottom of your neck. I need
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Both Keaton and Nelson can grow like luscious beards, and I'm over here growing freaking goat fur for like neck hair, man. Like it's just
Little
terrible.
pubes.
Yeah, just like little scruff. I've instead of shaving it off completely, I've actually been just using a little razor just so I could have my little shadow.
Well, we have a special guest on tonight. It's Keaton Perry, a.k.a. my brother-in-law. And Keaton, how's your experience here at Turkey Camp?
Oh, it's good as always, man.
This is the third year you've been here.
It's the third year. The first year we didn't stay here. The last year, this year, we've stayed here, stayed the night. We've camped out.
That was confusing as shit. The first year,
we
stayed
did
at a
not stay
hotel.
here.
We stayed at a
at a
hotel
hotel in town.
and then we came out here and made us a little camp.
It was still fun,
It was fun.
but last year we camped out. This year we camped out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a lot more fun camping out.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes the entire experience camping out.
Yeah. Uh-huh. For sure.
I don't know if that's the Yeti cooler speaking or not, but no, I'm just kidding. I agree with Keaton 100% on that. Getting to come out here and hang out with your buds.
Yeah, I mean, last year we didn't kill a bird. The year before we killed how many? 5?
We killed 5 birds.
We
the
had
whole
5
week.
birds out that weekend that we were here.
Yep, the whole weekend long.
And last year we had way more fun than we did the year before. We've had more fun this year than we had the year before.
Yeah, camping out underneath the stars.
It seems like we're losing people though. I mean, this year, unfortunately, Ben wasn't able to attend.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
come out,
Nelson's
but-
little brother.
life got in the way. He bought a house. He's a big boy now. He bought him a house, and he had to take care of some stuff with the bank and all that good stuff. So we decided to leave him at home and meet down here at Turkey Camp.
We just didn't know if he was going to be able to make it just because of the bank situation, correct?
Yeah, correct. And he was just, life.
Just taking care of what he needed to take care of course. But
Yes,
man,
sir, but-
it's been a good time though. I mean, break down the first morning, my encounter. I'll let you talk about your and Keaton's encounter after this, but I'd like to share the story.
What an encounter. Ooh.
got him.
Let's hear it.
Coach.
Come on, boy.
Man, it was about 10 o'clock. Y'all had heard gobbles after we got back to camp and told our stories too. Y'all told me y'all had heard gobbles like 8:30, 8 o'clock, right when y'all got out, correct?
Correct. We heard gobbles all morning long. It was like every direction there was just birds hammering. It was like, "Moo, moo." Y'all like that? But,
Keaton and Nelson must have been in the honey hole because I didn't hear anything.
dude, every
I
direction.
didn't hear gobbles. I didn't even hear the coyotes y'all heard.
As soon as the coyotes started howling, the bird just started just hammering. and then we started calling back, and they were just hammering back. And what's funny, we dropped you off at the pipeline, and the pipeline's 600-700 yards away. It's a good distance, maybe farther.
Yeah.
And that bird that we were calling at, that was just hammering, was working his way towards you, that we thought was you. So we're like, we sat there for about probably 30 minutes calling, maybe not even 30 minutes, and that bird just kept working his way towards you. So we thought he was calling. We thought he was going to your call, because we kept hearing a hen over there just like chirp, chirp, chirp. But little you were way away, and that was a hen.
I wasn't even over there.
That was a real life hen.
Yeah, it was. Because it was constant. It was nonstop. This hen was going at it, 100%.
Yeah. But that turkey, we decided to let him go. We thought he was going to you, and we were like, Tanner's going to kill that sucker. But little we know that hen called him up, and he stopped hammering. But there's another bird behind us hammering, and there's about 20 of them over there.
They came in right behind us.
Y'all literally saw like 25 birds.
Yeah, while we were set up for this one.
Once y'all told me the story when we got back to camp, I was like, there's no way. Like, I mean, I believed you, of course, but like in my mind, I was like, oh my word, 20 birds. And like, I had my experience, which was like experience of a lifetime for myself. But I was sitting there, and at 10 o'clock, I had ran across a gobbler. And I was like, oh yeah. And we met I got back on the path there, and I saw him, and he was hugged up against the tree line, and I was hugged up against the tree line. So I eased my way back in. I hunkered down, threw the decoy out, and sat there and called. And as soon as I did, boy, he gobbled back at me. I was like, all right, yeah, he's coming. Long story short, when they got across the hill, and I was already set up at this point, they started strutting and showing off their little 2 or 3 inch beards.
The old Jakes.
The old Jakesters.
They come in. They love it.
They knocked over my decoy, still strutted a little bit, and I decided to pass. And it was
2 of them, wasn't it?
It was 2, yeah.
And they destroyed that old decoy you got.
They knocked it down. I mean, I didn't shove it down in the dirt, I guess, as much as I should have, because I mean, they knocked it down in one swing. But you think back on it, it's like, did I make a mistake on letting those 2 birds walk for my first turkey, and let alone my first Rio too? Did I make a mistake on doing that, or did I not?
No.
In my opinion, no. We're the only ones that come out here and turkey hunt, and I feel like we want to let them birds grow up to be 2-3-year-old birds, so we can come out here and shoot gobblers that could breed and
shoot some nice ones,
and also contribute to the gene pool out here, because there's some good birds out here. So them Jakes.
But keep in mind, this is my second year out here. This is probably the 6th day total that I've hunted out here.
Now, I'm not against shooting Jakes, but
I just didn't want it to be my first bird.
I agree with
and
that.
It was hard. It was hard to have that experience.
But my first bird was a Jake.
Was it?
It was. And I'll tell you that story here in a little bit. But
no, just
go
ahead.
I respect that, not shooting a Jake. You're out here managing. You want to shoot a trophy, not a trophy. You want to shoot a mature bird, and you're out here. You're out here for a good time, and you just want to see that nice long beard strutting, and
just puffed up, man.
Just puffed up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it'd be really neat to get out there, call in a bird by myself, and just take the opportunity when it presents itself. It's just, I think, one thing that I want all the listeners out there to take in mind is just be patient. Your time will come. It might not be this season. It definitely wasn't last season for myself, and it hasn't been this season so far. But we have Northeast Texas. The season opens up this next weekend once we get back. So we'll have 7 days to kind of relax.
April 22nd to be exact.
I think that's one of the reasons why, not to say why we come out here early, but West Texas season opens. The Rios opens up 3 weeks earlier.
The North Zone for Rios opens April 4th, I believe.
April 4th.
That's 2021. The South Zone opens like late March. I don't know the exact date because we don't hunt it very often, but yeah, the Rios open April 4th, and we couldn't get down here this weekend because it's Easter weekend. We had obligations, and the weekend after that we had other things going on. So we come in the third weekend.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, on that note, we're going to have a great time tomorrow. We're going to kill some birds. It is time to go to bed.
It is time to go to bed, boys.
It is.
Thank y'all for listening to this podcast.
It is 12:51.
It is 12:51.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
It is 12:51.
All right, guys. I'm out. Nelson, you're in charge.
I'm out.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank y'all for listening to this podcast. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll hope you catch you on the next one. Please subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.